Hello, it's me, Joe, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over some vocabulary related to diseases and in particular the coronavirus. A lot of students have asked me about this, so I finally put together this video to tell everybody the different vocabulary they might hear when they're looking up for updates or information about the coronavirus. Okay? Now you have to remember, I'm not a doctor. I've just done research on vocabulary, and this is what it is. So you're responsible for your own safety and taking care of your own health. I'm just teaching you some vocabulary, okay? All right, let's get to it. So the first word I want to talk to you about is, of course, coronavirus. It's a noun. And it's not just one thing. It's any one of a large family of viruses that can cause diseases in a person's breathing and eating systems. And these diseases range from anything from the common cold to the flu to SARS and what we call the coronavirus right now. All right. Usually they originate in animals, but sometimes they mutate and can be passed to humans. And that's what we're dealing with right now. My next word is COVID-19. That is also a noun. That is the official name of the novel coronavirus that emerged in 2019. That is the official name of the disease we are dealing with. All right, next word. Contagious. Contagious is an adjective, and it describes a disease that can pass from person to person. A similar word is infectious. Patients who are contagious are kept in isolation, right? We don't want the disease to keep moving. We don't want it to keep going. So contagious people are kept in isolation. Next word. Diagnose. So this is a verb. To identify an illness by examining a patient's symptoms. Only a medical professional can properly diagnose your problem. Okay? Similar word here is diagnosis. Diagnosis is a noun, and that means the identification of an illness. All right? For example, did the doctor give you her diagnosis? So they tell you what disease you have. That's your diagnosis. Next word, easier word, disease. Other words for diseases are illness or sickness or a disorder of the body. Illness and sickness are much more common. Next word, droplets. That's a noun. And that's the spray produced when people cough or sneeze, and which can spread disease. So if you sneeze, achoo, some comes out of your mouth or out of your nose, those are droplets. If you're coughing, right, that's spreading it. So that's why people suggest if you're going to cough or sneeze, you cough into your elbow. It's very safe. Not into your hands. We don't do that anymore because your hands touch things. Right? And then other people touch those things. Into your elbow, the inside of your elbow doesn't touch anything. Okay? So that's the safest place to cough or sneeze. Next word. Epidemic. An epidemic, that's a noun, that means the occurrence of a particular disease in a large number of people in a particular area. Okay? So an epidemic, a lot of the people in the same area have the same disease. Okay? Next word, infect. Infect is a verb, and it means to affect a human or an animal with a disease. So they get the disease. Isolate, I talked a little bit before. Isolate is a verb to keep an infected person away from healthy people. all right, to isolate them. Next word, outbreak. An outbreak, that's a noun, and it means a sudden occurrence of a disease. So it's very fast and it happens in an area, and now many people have it. That's an outbreak. Next word, pandemic. A pandemic is a noun, and it means the occurrence of a particular disease throughout a whole country or the world. So now the coronavirus is in many countries, so we can consider it a pandemic. Use my arm. Next one, quarantine. Quarantine is, so this means isolation and monitoring of people who seem healthy but may have been exposed to an infectious disease to see if they develop symptoms. So people who are healthy, but the medical professionals or the government wants to make sure, so they quarantine them. So it can be a verb, can be a noun. You're under quarantine or you get quarantined. If you remember in the news, some people on a cruise ship were quarantined because somebody had it and they didn't know if other people had had it yet. So they locked the cruise ship down for a few weeks, I believe. Next word is screening. Screening is a noun, and that means the testing of people for the presence of a disease. The first step in testing for COVID-19 is usually taking a person's temperature. Okay? Related to that, the next word is symptoms. Symptoms is a noun, a physical or mental feature that indicates disease. So typical symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, right? A high temperature, coughing, and shortness of breath. That means you have a trouble breathing. Okay, got a few more words. The next one is transmission. Transmission is a noun, and that means the transfer of a disease from either an animal to a human or from a human to a human. So transmission means it's changing, right? You get one person has it and then they give it to another person. That's transmission of a disease, movement of the disease. Treat, okay? Treat is a verb, and it means to attempt to cure or alleviate an illness or injury through medical care. All right, to treat something. Vaccine. Vaccine is a noun, and that's a substance used to protect humans from a disease. So as of right now, there's no vaccine for the COVID-19. We do have vaccines for other infectious diseases. So I think people will probably want to get vaccinated in the future. And the last word is viral. Viral, that's an adjective. And I've got two things here. Describing something related to a virus. So virus is the noun, viral is the adjective. Also, viral, describing something that grows and spreads quickly. So a viral disease grows and spreads quickly and can be related to a virus. Okay, now the last thing that I want to give you here I have 6 tips from the World Health Organization about what we should do to stay healthy and protect yourself, okay? Number 1 is wash your hands frequently, lots of soap and water, and you got to wash them for a long time, for at least 20 seconds. So count out the time, 20 seconds, because soap and water for 20 seconds kills viruses that are on our hands. And our hands, this is we touch the world with our hands. So that's where viruses are. But if they're on your hand, they're not in your body. You can kill them by washing your hands. Number 2, we need to practice social distance. What that means was stay at least 1 meter away from people who are coughing and sneezing. Okay? So if somebody's coughing or sneezing, give them lots of space. Or if you're coughing and sneezing, you give other people lots of space. Number 3, avoid touching your face. Okay? So remember I said your hands can have viruses. If you touch your eyes or your nose or your mouth, then the viruses can get inside. So if you don't touch your face, they can't get in. And remember, wash your hands. Number 4, cover your mouth when coughing and sneezing. So, right? Cough into your elbow. Remember I said that? Sneeze into your elbow. Number 5, stay home if you are unwell. So this is not only good advice for the coronavirus, but other diseases, right? We know work is important, but your health is more important, and the health of everyone is very, very important. So if you're not feeling well, do your best to take a day off. And the last one, number 6, is stay informed. Now remember, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not a source of medical research. But I'm sure your governments have websites, and the World Health Organization is out there. You can find information and updates to stay informed what happens next or what we're going to do if it continues. Okay? So this is not the happiest video I've made, but it's serious vocabulary that people wanted to know. I hope this helps you, and I hope everybody is safe. Okay? Bye-bye.